come home. Please come home. I miss you, the kids miss you. I don't know what's going on lately, this little sojourn of yours. I understand you want to see the world. I understand you want to do things outside of, all the other things that you do, but we need you.
Fought back yet again. He filed a lawsuit against the New York Times, which he had Brian Friedman on to discuss, saying it had done a defamatory report on Blake Lively's claims that she was allegedly harassed by this guy when they shot the movie It Ends With Us, a film about domestic violence. In that claim, they said the Times distorted the truth. They did not report text messages which were full and complete, which showed a very different meaning than the snippets that Blake Lively put in.
Ryan Reynolds has had enough, and the truth is finally out. Allegedly, leaked information from Ryan himself reveals that Blake Lively's picture-perfect image is nothing but a facade. Cheating scandals, secret affairs, and full-blown manipulation. Blake's been playing a dangerous game behind the scenes. And if the rumors are true, she's been hiding an affair with It Ends With Us co-star Justin Baldoni, using shocking accusations to protect her marriage. But that's just the beginning.
When I don't have anyone to hold me at night. But you go on and you do the things that you want to do, go find yourself. I will march forward with the kids, and we will come back stronger and better than ever. We don't need you.
A 2009 Glamour UK interview by Blake Lively, and in her interview, she admitted to trying to poison the cast of Gossip Girl, which is where she made her name, against her co-star Penn Badgley, who played her love interest, Dan Humphrey, on the show. She said, "At first I was so upset that they had hired him, I actually poisoned the whole cast against him." And she goes on to say, but then they noticed that he wasn't a jerk and was actually a nice, charming person, and almost immediately I realized it too. But it took me about a week to admit it. And here's the thing. Reports were that Blake Lively and Leighton Meester, who played best friends on that show, were not friends during the 6-season run of the show. Leighton Meester and Penn Badgley and other Gossip Girl co-stars have remained silent in the wake of the Baldoni legal drama. Neither Meester nor Badgley follow Lively on Instagram.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have always been the golden couple of Hollywood. At least that's what they wanted everyone to believe. But recent rumors suggest that behind closed doors, their marriage is far from perfect. And the most shocking claim, Blake allegedly had an affair with her It Ends With Us co-star, Justin Baldoni.
Baldoni in this lawsuit with Blake Lively, because I think she's horrible and she's made up this whole thing because she tried to steal his movie. But he is the most overly feminized man I've had to endure in recent history. Everything he says is self-flagellating over the fact that he's a man, but he's, to me, is sort of the embodiment of what happens when you totally emasculate a man. And then she continued, she took that stiletto and stuck it in his heart when he was down there self-flagellating, being so sorry for anything having to do with his testosterone. Then you run into somebody who seems like a witch who will take advantage of you and hurt you until finally even that kind of a guy rises up. Now, he didn't do it himself exactly. He hired a badass named Brian Friedman, and he has badass women like me defending him. Mm-hmm. But slowly but surely, I think the male class is learning down on the floor, squirming and apologizing for being a man is not the...
Whispers of an inappropriate relationship between Blake and Justin started circulating even before filming wrapped. Insiders claim their on-screen chemistry was a little too real, with offset interactions that raised eyebrows. Reports allege that Blake was seen getting exceptionally close to Justin, staying late after shoots, engaging in intimate conversations, and even meeting privately in locations where cameras couldn't follow. But here's where things get even messier, because right around the time these rumors gained traction, Blake made her bombshell accusations against Baldoni, claiming he had engaged in inappropriate behavior toward her on set.
Expertise, as I have said from the very beginning, smartest possible move for Justin Baldoni's team to make. I've said depose her. I wasn't sure they were going to do it because Brian Friedman was asked about it by Harvey Levin on TMZ, and he said, well, we don't know. We'll see which way this case goes. And I'm going, what do you mean you don't know? That would be like the very first thing I would do. I would depose Taylor Swift against Blake Lively because first and foremost, no matter how you feel about Taylor Swift, you have to recognize and respect the fact.
To outsiders, it seemed like a clear-cut case of workplace misconduct, but some skeptical voices pointed out the convenient timing of it all. If Blake really had an affair with Justin, making allegations against him could have been a calculated move to shift attention away from her own actions. Think about it. If her marriage with Ryan was on the rocks because of infidelity, accusing Baldoni of misconduct would instantly change the narrative. Instead of being seen as a cheater, she'd be a victim. Of course, this theory remains unproven, but the timing is hard to ignore. Blake's allegations surfaced just as It Ends With Us was entering post-production, ensuring that any whispers about an affair would be buried under the weight of the scandal. Meanwhile, Ryan Reynolds has remained silent, fueling even more speculation. If these rumors were completely false, wouldn't he be the first to shut them down? Or is he keeping quiet because the truth is far more complicated than anyone realizes? Blake Lively isn't just a Hollywood A-lister, she's a mastermind, at least according to the latest explosive rumors. Allegations suggest that she's been manipulating not just her husband, Ryan Reynolds, but also her close friend Taylor Swift, her own children, and even other celebrities to protect her image and maintain control. And if the whispers are true, Blake's influence runs way deeper than anyone ever realized. Blake and Ryan's relationship has always seemed like our couple goals, but insiders claim Ryan has been trapped in a carefully crafted narrative, one controlled entirely by Blake. From their public appearances to the way their family is presented in the media, everything is allegedly strategically managed by Blake to ensure she remains untouchable. Even their children, who are rarely seen in public, are supposedly being used as a shield to maintain her wholesome reputation. Whenever controversy arises, Blake conveniently shifts focus onto her role as a mother, ensuring any negative press fades into the background. But the most shocking claim? Blake allegedly manipulated Taylor Swift into supporting her during the legal feud with Justin Baldoni. Taylor and Blake have been publicly close for years, with Taylor even naming characters in her songs after Blake's children. However, sources say their friendship changed when Blake's scandal with Baldoni surfaced. Taylor reportedly rushed to support Blake, believing her accusations without question. But as time passed, insiders claim Taylor started feeling used, especially when it became clear that Blake's allegations might have been a distraction from her own rumored affair with Baldoni, and it doesn't stop there. Some sources claim Blake has a pattern of using powerful connections to maintain her public image. She allegedly cultivated relationships with top Hollywood figures, ensuring she'd always have allies when controversy arose. But now, as more people start to see through the act, cracks are beginning to show. Ryan's public silence, Taylor's rumored distance, and the growing skepticism online all point to one thing: Blake's perfect image may be crumbling faster than she ever expected. Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's professional relationship went from on-screen romance to full-blown courtroom war, and the stakes couldn't be higher. What started as a shocking sexual harassment accusation from Blake has now turned into a massive legal battle, with Baldoni firing back. And he's not just coming for Blake. He's also suing Ryan Reynolds and her longtime publicist Leslie Sloan in a defamation case worth a staggering $400 million. It all started during the filming of It Ends With Us, when Blake accused Baldoni of inappropriate behavior on set. The claim sent shockwaves through Hollywood, with many rushing to support her. But almost immediately, cracks in her story began to appear. Reports surfaced that Blake had been unusually close to Baldoni before the allegations, sparking speculation that she was actually trying to cover up an affair. Then came the bombshell. Baldoni didn't just deny the allegations. He filed a massive lawsuit accusing Blake of making false claims to protect her own reputation. In court documents, Baldoni alleges that Blake, Ryan, and Leslie Sloan orchestrated a smear campaign to destroy his career while shielding Blake from damaging rumors about her marriage. He claims that the accusations were strategically timed to gain public sympathy, while It Ends With Us was in post-production, ensuring that any talk of an affair would be drowned out by a much bigger scandal. If true, this wouldn't just be a case of defamation, it would be one of the most calculated PR moves in Hollywood history. But here's where it gets even messier. While many expected Ryan Reynolds to publicly support his wife, he's remained eerily silent. Legal experts say this could be because Baldoni's lawsuit directly implicates him, meaning Ryan might have no choice but to take the stand when the case goes to trial in March 2026. If Baldoni wins, it wouldn't just be a financial disaster for Blake, it could completely destroy her career and public image. For now, Blake and her team continue to deny the allegations, calling them desperate attempts by Baldoni to save his own reputation. But the real question is, if Blake has nothing to hide, why does it feel like she's fighting for survival? Blake Lively isn't just a Hollywood star. She's allegedly a master of media control. Rumors suggest she's spent years carefully crafting her image, using PR tactics to silence negative press, and even launching smear campaigns against those who threaten her reputation. Insiders claim Blake has powerful connections in the industry, ensuring that damaging stories about her mysteriously disappear, while narratives that paint her as a victim take center stage. The timing of her accusations against Justin Baldoni is now being questioned. Was it a genuine claim or a calculated move to bury rumors of her own affair? Some sources believe she's used similar tactics before, allegedly blacklisting colleagues who spoke out against her and strategically leaking stories that shift public sympathy in her favor. If true, Blake may not just be an actress. She may be one of Hollywood's most dangerous media manipulators. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have always been seen as Hollywood's golden couple, but behind the smiles and playful social media jabs, their marriage might be hanging by a thread. With Blake's rumored affair, the Baldoni lawsuit, and allegations of media manipulation, insiders claim Ryan is rethinking everything. Sources allege that Ryan has been distancing himself from Blake, avoiding public statements, and even skipping major events where they'd normally appear together. Some say he's furious about being dragged into Baldoni's lawsuit, while others claim he's finally seeing through Blake's alleged manipulation. Their once rock-solid bond cracking under the weight of scandal. And here's the real question. Will Ryan stand by Blake when the pressure reaches its peak, or is he already planning his escape? Blake Lively has spent years building powerful connections in Hollywood, but now, some of those same people might be turning their backs on her. Industry insiders claim that after the Baldoni lawsuit and the swirling affair rumors, certain directors and A-list stars are quietly distancing themselves from Blake, fearing backlash. Reports suggest that big-name producers are reconsidering, casting her, with some hesitant to risk the controversy attached to her name. Even longtime friends like Taylor Swift have remained suspiciously silent, fueling speculation that Hollywood no longer sees Blake as untouchable. Behind closed doors, executives are allegedly weighing whether she's a PR nightmare waiting to happen. Could Blake's once flawless career be on the verge of collapse? For years, Blake Lively was Hollywood's golden girl, the charming actress with the perfect marriage, a flawless career, and A-list connections. But now, social media is turning against her. As rumors of an affair with Justin Baldoni, manipulation tactics, and media control circulate, fans are rethinking everything they thought they knew about Blake. Reddit threads, Twitter discussions, and TikTok exposés are dissecting every past interview, every calculated PR move, and every moment she played the victim. Some fans are calling her out for hypocrisy, questioning why she's remained silent on key issues while allegedly pulling strings behind the scenes. Others believe she's been carefully curating a fake, perfect wife and mother image, all while hiding her own scandals. Memes mocking Blake's damage control attempts are spreading like wildfire. Hashtags like Tease Blake Lively exposed and Justice for Ryan have trended multiple times, with users claiming Ryan Reynolds is finally waking up to his wife's alleged manipulation. Even Taylor Swift's fans have been raising eyebrows, questioning why she's remained eerily quiet while her so-called best friend faces intense scrutiny. And then there are the die-hard Blake defenders, accusing the media of spinning baseless narratives to bring a powerful woman down. But the damage might already be done. Once the internet turns, there's no going back. The big question remains, can Blake Lively survive this level of public backlash? Or is her carefully crafted reputation crumbling in real time? Blake Lively was once seen as Hollywood royalty, a bankable star, a fashion icon, and the ultimate A-list wife. But with a wave of scandals crashing down on her, her career might be taking a hit that she can't recover from. For years, Blake built her brand on relatability and charm, balancing high fashion elegance with her image as a down-to-earth mother and devoted wife. That persona made her a favorite among studios, luxury brands, and A-list directors. But now, the narrative has flipped. Studios distancing themselves? Hollywood thrives on good press and clean reputations, and right now Blake's name is tied to nothing but controversy. Insiders report that major studios are hesitant to attach her to future projects, especially high-budget films where public perception can make or break box office numbers. Her upcoming movie, It Ends With Us, was once supposed to be a defining moment in her career, her chance to prove herself as more than just a TV actress. But after the rumored affair with Justin Baldoni and the explosive legal battle between them, the film's entire marketing strategy is at risk. Some insiders even speculate that Sony might limit Blake's involvement in press tours to avoid sparking more backlash. And if Blake hoped to use the film to rebrand herself, that opportunity is slipping away. Endorsement deals. In danger, Blake isn't just an actress, she's a brand. Luxury fashion houses, beauty companies, and high-end brands have relied on her image for years. But now, with her name dragged into controversy after controversy, some of those brands are reconsidering their partnerships. PR experts warn that companies don't like risking their reputation on a celebrity caught up in multiple scandals. Some are waiting to see how the Justin Baldoni case unfolds before making any decisions, but the damage may already be done. Social media trends have also pushed brands into a tough position. With hashtags like Blake Lively exposed trending, some companies fear that continuing to work with her could trigger a wave of online backlash and boycotts. And in today's Hollywood, image is everything. Behind the scenes, a reputation crisis. It's not just studios and brands pulling away. People inside the industry are reportedly starting to turn their backs on her too. Rumors suggest that some A-list stars who once considered Blake a friend are now quietly keeping their distance. Even Taylor Swift, who has always been publicly supportive of Blake, has noticeably stayed silent amid the controversy. And here's where things get even messier. Some sources claim that Blake's behind-the-scenes reputation was never as clean as she made it seem. Allegations of controlling behavior, manipulative PR moves, and playing the victim have started surfacing, with insiders claiming she's been carefully crafting her image for years. Some reports even suggest that Blake has been making private calls to journalists and publicists, begging them to shift the narrative before her reputation is completely unsalvageable. But the problem? The internet never forgets. Is this the end of Blake Lively's career? While some stars have bounced back from controversy, Blake's situation is especially complicated because her entire brand is built on perfection. Unlike other celebrities who have a history of controversy, Blake has always sold herself as the perfect wife, perfect mother, perfect celebrity package. And now, that image is falling apart. Hollywood has no shortage of talented actresses waiting for their chance in the spotlight. If Blake continues to be a PR nightmare, studios won't hesitate to replace her. With rising stars eager to take on leading roles, it might only be a matter of time before Blake is completely phased out of the industry. Could she stage a comeback? Possibly. But right now, one thing is clear. Blake Lively's career is hanging by a thread. Her perfect Hollywood image is crumbling, and the rumors just keep piling up. From cheating scandals to manipulation claims and a brutal legal war with Justin Baldoni, Blake's entire career hangs in the balance. Will she survive the backlash and reclaim her status? Or is this the beginning of Hollywood turning its back on her for good? One thing's for sure, the truth always comes out. Whether these allegations are fact or fiction, the damage is already done. But what do you think? Is Blake being unfairly targeted? Or is she finally being exposed for who she really is? Let me know in the comments.